What? What? A Monokuma apocalypse? Excuse me? What happened? Is it like an alien invasion?
Dangerous. The world is grown so very dangerous. That's what this means.
What are you talking about? None of this makes any sense.
World War III will not be fought with guns or nukes with Monokumas.
What am I looking at?
This is a scene from a movie or something, right? What you just saw, all of you should recognize it.
We should recognize it? What about it should we recognize? This whole thing is insane.
That world is locked away within the memories that were taken from you. If you can't remember, please just try. Do your best to try and recall.
Better kick your brain in the ass, because it's up to that gray lump whether you live or die. I don't remember ain't a fucking excuse no more, because now it's time for the final class trial.
What? I thought we were already in the final class trial. Okay. This is where Genocide Jack's memory comes into play, for certain.
Come on, bitches, remember or die. What the fuck happened outside?
You want us to
Unless it's
remember
some sort of
whatever,
crash in the
but
group.
when it comes to that crazy, confusing video you showed us, I don't understand a damn thing.
What's the meaning of the footage we saw? Is this another one of your practical jokes?
I mean, you're telling us to remember, but what am I supposed to be remembering? Nobody can remember anything.
I wouldn't be so sure about that. Sneeze! Toko, sneeze! Or someone, get some blood flowing.
She might remember.
Who might remember?
The other Toko. Genocide Jack. The two of them share certain kinds of knowledge, but their memories aren't linked, right?
I see. If their memories are separate, then even if one personality's forgotten, there's a chance the other may still have those memories.
I can't believe Jill's been holding out on us this whole time.
What do you say, Toko?
Are you telling me to swap places with her?
Yes.
No, absolutely not. That'd be like forfeiting my entire identity.
Oh, come on, don't act as all high and mighty as if this isn't a routine thing at this point.
Toko, you're the only one we can rely on.
Okay, she's gonna do it. No hesitation.
Da, 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 da. It's me, your friendly neighborhood serial killer.
Boy, she just gave in like it was nothing.
I'm going to ask you a question, and I want to have it answered immediately. Do you know anything about this video?
Huh? What video?
The video that's playing right now.
Who the hell are you?
Oh, I'm the mastermind.
Oh, nice to meet you.
Fellow genocidal maniacs.
Nice to meet you too.
See, Junko's a higher class of criminal than Jill. You can feel the disdain in her voice, which is probably an act. Like, I'm not even sure which act is real Junko act at this point.
That's enough. Just look at the stupid screen.
Aye, aye, Roger, you got it, Captain.
Big fan of your work.
Well, does it look familiar?
I don't have all the details, but... Of course it does!
do you mean, of course it does? Of course it does?
Then you remember all the stuff it's showing?
Of course I do!
So you didn't lose your memory after all.
Then why didn't you say something earlier? I only answer questions when someone bothers to ask me. I'm the quiet type, you know?
I mean, that's fair, actually.
Oh my god, she's the worst liar in the...
Oh, that was the worst possible timing. No! Alright, well, hi guys! Hello, welcome back. Man. I'd like... Hopefully all the viewers find their way back. The spare got to the stream. So I'm not sure how much you guys missed. We're back now though, right? Confirmed back, so back. Yeah. And hopefully the Twitch. Luckily, one of the positive things on YouTube is this whole the stream thing doesn't immediately end if it loses signal. So hopefully, I don't know. Looks like we lost like half the viewers. That's sad. We're just getting to the fun part. Anyways, hopefully the viewers find their way back. We all good? Is quality looking fine and stuff? My apologies. I guess my router just decided to reboot randomly at 4 in the morning, so what can you do, I guess? Alright, to recap. Yeah, Junko wants to stop us. To recap, I don't think much happened. I think I noticed that it went out pretty quick. It was just, talking to Jill. What do you guys remember as the last thing that happened on the stream? So you didn't lose your memory? Yeah, we confirmed that Jill didn't lose her memory. She's like, oh, of course I remember, and now I guess she's saying, huh, what's the matter, Master? Do you really not remember the tragedy? So, we haven't gotten into detail about the tragedy yet. We just kind of beat around the bush a bit, confirmed that Jill knows about it, and now we're ready to get some answers. Alright, here we go.
Tragedy?
Oh no! You seriously forgot? Maybe I can help you remember.
Said, of course I do? Okay, then you haven't missed much.
Just answer the question. What happened out there?
Well, I can't really say if it happened or if it's still happening. But it was the biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history.
So I've heard. Almost as tragic as the internet's going out for a second there. What?
Why is that phrase coming up now?
Because it's all because of that event. What is?
Do you know the phrase, Byakuya?
Are you serious? I'm talking about the way the world is now.
Is now?
The world's been destroyed, get it?
So my wild theory from like several chapters back about, oh, maybe this is like a seed bank type thing, and we're just all in like a bunker, riding out the end of humanity. That was actually right? Sheesh. This is... They've constructed the narrative in such a way that all the twists are right. The TV show, she wasn't really dead, it's an apocalypse and we're supposed to restart humanity. Oh, welcome back, Kathy.
Explain yourself.
Maybe we should go
Tell
outside
us
and check if any
everything you know.
Monokuma's messing with the internet lines.
Copy that, darling. Okay, so this big, awful, tragic event, they started just calling it the tragedy, happened about a year ago. It was so big and so bad that even this murderous fiend went pale at the sight of it. I guess you could say what happened was man-made.
Oh, it's an AI apocalypse? Is that what happened?
But it was more on the level of a worldwide natural disaster. Either way, there's no doubt that it was the biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history! And as a result, in basically no time flat! The world
Okay.
turned out the way it did, and that's that.
That's all there is to it? Come on! There wasn't a single concrete description in there!
Well, it just so happens I don't know any of the specifics.
Because you were in this bunker with us.
Miss Morose saw it all play out in real time, so why don't you ask her?
Well, because she did, yeah.
We already did, and she didn't know anything. That's why we're asking you.
And that's that is a pretty good way to end. Oh yeah, the world ended. And that's that.
I couldn't live up to Master's expectations! To die! To die! This is the true tragedy!
Okay, that's enough of your little lover's quarrel. Whatever happened, it doesn't matter at this exact point in time, right? The end justifies the means. Everything serves the outcome. In other words,
You didn't orchestrate the tragedy. That'd be insane.
the world has ended. That's the important thing.
Okay. More of an opportunist.
How can the world just end? It's the world!
Calm down. It's okay. There's no need to panic.
I don't know. World ending seems like kind of the right circumstance to panic in, if I'm being honest.
Every living person will be dead in 100 years anyway. So the world ending isn't that big a deal.
That's a very nihilistic way of looking at it, but I guess I can't argue with you necessarily.
Oh, come on. Now you're just being ridiculous.
Well, as long as we're being ridiculous, I have another ridiculous story to tell you. It's the story of the Tagami Corporation, which has given Byakuya's life all its meaning.
What? What did you say?
I'm glad to see you took the bait. You bit into it like a middle-aged secretary at an all-you-can-eat cake buffet.
Hey! So, what do you think happened to the Togami family?
I don't know, guys. I think the Tagami family fell. It's plausible, though, that actually the Tagami family fell. But if you really think about it, if you really think hard, I think you'll actually find that the Tagami family fell.
Correct. Well done, peasant.
But I didn't say anything yet.
I just got so fucking bored waiting, I couldn't help it! Even if you're wrong, eventually you'll figure it out, right? Till then, you're just going in circles. So, no matter what you pick, you get the right answer. Pretty innovative, don't you think?
Sure thing, Junko.
But do you think it might be a disease? Getting bored so easy, I mean. Do you think I might be sick?
Yeah, have you been checked for like an ADHD diagnosis or something, perhaps? Manic depressive disorder? General sociopathy, perhaps?
Anyway, like I was saying, Byakuya's entire lineage has been totally annihilated.
What? What the hell are you talking about?
I can confirm that his entire family has died. Even the distant relatives. The Tagami name has perished.
Good. Tagami's still here, at least. Byakuya.
Stop with these idiotic jokes!
Stop! And said with such authority. A peasant would dare challenge us? The avatar of divine punishment? You must learn your place, peasant. You are no longer the ultimate affluent progeny.
They couldn't possibly be gone! The Togami family is destined to guide the world!
Well, I mean, the world did end, so...
Hell, there is no world anymore, remember? It got fucked a full year ago.
But hold on. That doesn't make any sense.
Huh? That don't make sense.
There's no way that happened a year ago. I mean, we only came to this school a few weeks ago.
I'm so sorry about ever complaining about the
Some
whiplash
kind
window.
of world-ending event happened a year ago.
Thinking an awful lot. It's like Junko. And I plead the fifth.
Then how do you explain the totally normal world we were living in up till then?
Amnesia, fool.
Have you considered the possibility that you're mistaken about that?
Mistaken?
Well, if I'm understanding you right, it sounds like you think the tragedy happened a year before you arrived here.
It was already underway while we were here? Right, we went into the bunker preemptively, I suppose.
Well, yeah. I mean, like he said, we just got here a few weeks ago. A few weeks ago? Ooh, I get it. You're saying that what happened 2 years ago actually happened more recently, right?
Well, 2 years.
Huh? 2 years ago? Well, I mean, you guys all started attending Hope's Peak Academy 2 years ago.
Wait, what? 2 years ago? What is that?
What the hell is this chick trying to say?
I understand why you'd have trouble accepting it, but in the end, you can't deny the truth. And the truth is, everything is cause and effect. Deny that, and you may as well give yourself up to God.
So, you must surely understand all the hints I've given you so far, right?
Yeah.
What are the memories I took from you?
Come now, answer us. Answer with all your heart and soul.
How are we supposed to answer?
I just don't know what's going on anymore.
Yaka, pull it together. Still have to answer somehow. We don't, everything ends right here. Memories that were stolen from us were. What Junko says is true. We first came here 2 years ago. The rest of us only remember getting here within the last few weeks or so. Some memories she took from us were... I mean, it can't be the entire past. I guess our life at Hope's Peak, specifically.
If we accept that what you say is true, then we've all lost our memories of the last 2 years after coming to this school.
Nope. No. Nope. No. I mean, no matter what anyone says,
Another correct answer. Well done, peasant.
Seriously? This routine again?
We've lost 2 years worth of memories?
That's a lot.
That's right. You've already spent 2 full years here at Hope's Peak Academy.
Man. So we legitimately were killing our actual friends.
And that entire period of time is precisely what you've forgotten.
I don't remember the last 2 years of my life? That's not possible!
I had to think that too. I don't want to believe it. That's nothing but our desire. I don't want to believe. I want it to be impossible. But if it's the truth, then we have to accept it. Pocketbook could be useful. The notebook. That's what it's gonna be.
2 years worth of memories. I could never lose something like that.
We've been living here for 2 years? Hell no! That's impossible! I mean, I haven't gone to any awesome school events or anything! Heck, I've never even gone to a single class!
Actually, I want to hear
This
Athos.
is all just surreal. Plus, if 2 years have passed, how freaking old am I?
See, he's asking real questions.
Everyone's so conflicted.
We completely lost 2 years worth of memories? I don't want to believe it, but...
2 years worth of memories. I could never lose something like that.
We've been living here for 2 years? Hell no! That's impossible! I mean, I haven't gone to any awesome school events or anything! Heck, I've never even gone to a single class!
I think you'll find that you have, Hero, actually. Sorry to break it to you, but it's
Hero,
finals actually
there's
now, and
something
you
I'd
need
like
to
you
take
take a
them.
look at.
Finals for a class you never attended. Go.
This notebook right here.
Huh? Hey, why's my name written on it?
I found it in the locker room on the 2nd floor. If you don't mind, could you take a look inside?
Sure, whatever you want. But I've never seen this notebook before in my life.
What's that? Is something wrong?
It's kinda similar. No, even more than that. This is absolutely my handwriting, without a doubt! But how is this? I don't remember ever writing in this thing! No way!
It looks like you actually did attend class here at Hope's Peak. But somehow, you forgot all about it.
Lies! It's all one big lie!
Sorry, it ain't.
I don't want to believe it either. But there's also no explanation for this pocketbook.
And whose pocketbook is that?
It's mine. And the handwriting inside is also mine. There's no doubt about it. But just like Hero, I have no memory of ever writing in it.
And the reason for that is the 2 years of missing memories?
After seeing all the evidence, do you have any choice but to acknowledge the truth?
Isn't it just so desperately dark? The mystery's solved, but it's like a goddamn funeral in here!
Yeah.
Shit, man! I've never been to a funeral! Hell yes!
2 years of school life. How many moments of blossoming youth have you missed out on? How many fun classes? How many school events? This was your chance to build lasting friendships, right? And on top of that, something tragically sad happened 1 year ago. The biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history. Right before everyone's eyes, the world came crashing down. You absorbed all that despair, but then you forgot it all. And once you'd forgotten, you made the choice to subject yourselves to this killing game.
Wait, the choice? Oh, you're not well, no, you're not. What do you mean we made the choice?
Oh, and there's one other thing. To be even more precise, the memories you all lost were...
Actually, never mind. I'm bored. Explaining stuff is boring.
Come on, no.
What?
We are bored of this world. Everyone always talks big, declaring all the great things they'll do. But then they always fizzle out. This world is just so desperately fucking boring!
What are you talking about?
In a way, I'm jealous of all of you. To give yourself over so completely to such stimulating despair.
Yeah, so figure out the rest for yourselves! I'm sick of expositioning all this shit!
What the? I want your exposition.
Figure out what?
Figure out where your memories come apart. That's at the heart of all of this.
Where they come apart. Check out the moment where we must have lost our memories? I guess when I fainted is when it all stops? Maybe? Unless it was like a fabricated memory.
I got it! The moment I lost my memories. I can't think of any time other than that day. When I first came to the gates of this school and stepped foot in the main hall. When I passed out, I was overcome with a strange sensation.
Wow, you still have enough spirit to keep on talking, huh?
See you, Ansel.
So I don't know much about the details, but it seems like everyone remembers passing out, right? And your sense of time got all messed up because of the memory loss after that? I guess it must have been something like that.
After I passed out, I woke up in a classroom with my head on the desk. assumed not much time had passed since I'd collapsed in the main hall.
An incorrect assumption, apparently.
But instead, 2 whole years had gone by.
The reason it felt so short was because our memories of the time in between had been completely removed.
You got it, honey. 2 years of memories? Poof, gone. Which means, of course,
When everyone met for the first time, it wasn't actually for the first time. Unaware of this fact, you took the time to introduce yourselves to each other,
But by that point, we'd already spent 2 years together at the school. That's what those photos reveal, isn't it?
Yep.
Yep, that's what they reveal. You were all such close friends. You spent 2 years together, and then you started killing each other. And it was all so you could escape into a world that's already been annihilated.
Yeah, pretty pathetic when you put it that way.
What a terribly tragic tale. Even if you left now, there's nothing you could do to fix it.
You're the one who set things up to be like this!
I love you all so much.
Forgive me for not quite believing that.
What?
Once your school life here began, I thought about you constantly. It's only natural that I would fall in love.
So, since I love you guys so much, I'll tell you all about it.
About what?
All about the idea we came up with as the ultimate despair. Our plan to bring despair to all mankind.
To be clear, who's the we here? Is it you and your sister, I suppose? Built to despair. All mankind.
Let's go back in time 2 years, okay? Back to when everyone first came to this school. School life during that first year overflowed with hope and happiness. Oh boy, it was just the worst.
The worst.
Everyone was enjoying themselves so much. You were all having the time of your lives.
But that couldn't last forever, of course. The peacefulness only made it through that first year. Because after that, an event unfolded that hammered a soul-crushing despair into all of humanity. The biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history. The tragedy. All too soon, the world's days of peace came to a bloody end. And as you can imagine, the school was no exception. The tragedy even made its way here, leading to the extermination of most of the students.
What are you?
What do you mean?
The most tragic event in human history, and the ultimate despair that caused it.
Saying she's responsible for the whole thing?
I can't believe it's all because of just you and Mukuro. Was it some kind of organization? An angry mob? An incredibly motivated family?
You have a point. If I had to describe it, I'd say it was none of those. How can I put it? It was more of an ideological thing.
What, nihilism?
Despair is contagious, you know. It's almost like a natural phenomenon. Everyone is capable of it. And now the entire world has fallen into despair.
In other words, if you see despair as the enemy, then your enemy is the world itself.
I just don't understand why.
We didn't ask you to try to understand. This was a tangent anyway, unrelated to the matter at hand.
Okay, so let's get back to the story. Hope's Peak had taken so much damage. You guys were the only survivors. The members of the 78th class of Hope's Peak Academy were the only ones left.
And then, something super neat happened! Now pay attention, because this is important, and I'm only gonna say it once! So guess what? To protect everyone who had survived, Hope's Peak was transformed into a shelter!
Okay, makes sense.
That's right! It was transformed into a shelter! Ah, I said it twice!
Now, someone was responsible for that transformation, for creating what would eventually become your prison.
It was the principal.
Do any of you know who that might have been?
The one who turned Hope's Peak into a shelter and isolated us here was the headmaster.
I got it! Could only have been the headmaster of Hope's Peak Academy. He wanted to turn the school into a shelter to try and protect us. To protect us from the despair and tragedy taking place outside.
What a guy.
That's why he asked us to make that promise. To say that we were willing to live in this school forever.
We believe he had something like that in mind, yes. If you, the collective hope of a new generation, could survive, maybe the world could have a fresh start.
Yeah, the headmaster put that much faith in you.
And because we had that same hope, that's why we all agreed to live here forever.
But creating the shelter was also his single biggest mistake.
Because then you give you your opening.
It's laughable, really. He was the headmaster, but he had no idea. He had no idea that we, the ultimate despair, had already made our way into the school. So what was supposed to be a shelter to keep you safe became a cage that made it impossible for you to escape despair. I have to say, it really helped me out a lot. It saved me a ton of time.
I can imagine.
By the way, it was you yourselves who blocked off the windows, the doors, all the exits.
Of course.
Under the headmaster's direction, you all went about your work like obedient little sheep.
A prison literally of our own making.
You mean we trapped ourselves in here?
And then you forgot all about it and started bitching about how you were trapped in here.
Once you'd finished building your little shelter, it was time for me and Mukuro to get to work. And thus began the killing game.
Me and Mukuro had come here, spending the last 2 years waiting for that moment.
Sheesh.
That moment where you all began killing each other served as the climax of our global despair plan.
And the only reason you survived the tragedy was so that you could be a part of it.
Only let us live, so we could go around killing each other? Is that what you're saying?
Why? Why would you do that?
Because this was so much more than a simple high school deathmatch. Rather, it was a method to hunt down and destroy every last remaining speck of hope in the world.
What are you saying?
This is where the broadcast comes in.
Wow, it would seem that there's a little bit left out there. A few souls unwilling to give up hope. So I thought I should show them, which is why
Well, why don't you tell me?
What the mastermind did to show everyone in the outside world, that was Hangman's Gambit. So it ends in a CK. I was thinking broadcast, but obviously it's not that. Hijack? Hijack the airwaves. That must be it. Aye. Give me an eye. There we
Now I
go.
understand. You're talking about you hijacking the airwaves, aren't you?
Uh-huh. That's exactly what I'm talking about. To show the world the murders taking place at this school, which was meant to be a symbol of hope.
That was the whole point of the ultimate despair. When I said climax, that was what I was talking about. The world watched as you fell into despair and began to kill each other one after another. Despair is as contagious as any disease. Any hope left turns to despair.
You know, maybe now that we've won and we're turning this around, we can broadcast hope into the world. The cameras are still on, right? Still rolling?
Amazing! By the way, since we started broadcasting, a whole bunch of people have tried to come and rescue you.
Are you serious? But utilizing the heavy weaponry I installed
Heavy
around the
weaponry?
school grounds, I had no problem expelling them.
Expelled them?
See, Alex.
I have to thank you all. They were a relentless bunch, refusing to give up on hope and trying to force their beliefs on the world. But in the end, I was able to give them the final despair. Death.
So you just used us? To bring despair to everyone in the outside world?
Well, sure, but I also gave you a second chance at life, right? So it's like, give and take.
Don't be absurd.
Give and take? You're so full of shit!
And there's a reason I chose
No,
you
it's seriously,
guys
Dakota
to
starts
survive
swearing.
when all the other students were dropping like flies.
Huh?
I mean, we built up 2 years of memories together. You were all my treasured classmates.
Sorry, that's a lie. I just figured you'd despair even more when you found out a friend had betrayed you.
That's harsh.
And that's the truth, which is what you wanted, right? So, does it make you feel utterly lost and hopeless?
No, more just angry.
You solved the mystery, but despair at the truth, right?
Don't tell me. Did you seriously count on the possibility that we would solve your mystery?
And if we did, then what? Our final desire for creating this world of despair was so we could experience one last class trial. If you were bold enough to solve the mystery, only to discover that the truth was utterly hopeless, how would you react? What would you do?
See? Discovering the truth doesn't necessarily lead to a sense of hope.
Truth can be full of despair, too. Like right fucking now.
Truth. Full of despair. That's...
Not to mention, all those motives I talked about were totally meaningless. I mean, with the world having ended and all.
Meaningless? Then we've been murdering each other for nothing?
And technically, we have been murdering each other because everyone who did murder is outside of the current group of us. But whatever.
And think about it. You chose to lock yourselves up here, then started murdering each other to get out.
We weren't just random strangers either. We were classmates. We'd spent 2 years together.
No, even I can't laugh at that.
Oh my goodness. You know what's serious on Genocide Jill is containing her laughter.
We get it. We get it, okay? You're totally awesome, right? We get it already. So help us. I'll do anything. Just help me.
Here, now, don't break. This is what she wants.
A peasant begging for his life? Oh, how delightful! We've never witnessed such a travesty firsthand.
But I'm sorry to say, begging doesn't work on me. All I want is despair, and there's no reason for it. And since there's no reason, there's no argument against it. There's just no understanding it.
Dang. Nihilist.
No argument, no understanding. What better definition of ultimate despair could there be?
Wait, hold on. You've just been going on about whatever you feel like, but there's no real reason for us to believe anything you have to say.
Suppose that's fair.
Huh?
You say the world's fallen apart, but I haven't seen it for myself. So I don't acknowledge it. I don't accept it as the truth.
Until you see it with your own eyes. Truth and falsehood overlap one another. In other words, you're not unlike Schrodinger's cat right now. Is that what you're saying? If so, what then?
Are you saying you won't accept the truth until you can go outside and see for yourself? Well, you better not. You go out into that world and you're all goners for sure. Trust me, I'm not lying about any of this.
Jill, does Jill have a thought on this?
Well, even if it's all true, I refuse to give in. I refuse to lose to you. For the sake of everyone you've killed.
Huh? Everyone I've killed? What are you talking about? You're the ones who killed them.
Again, technically not us, specifically.
I didn't kill anyone. I simply gave you a little nudge in the right direction.
But, I mean, I guess unless we were executing people, but like,
And that's all it took for you to start killing each other. You're nothing but bloodthirsty animals.
That's why anyone was murdered here, peasant.
Say what you want about hope, but we're all creatures of instinct, right? Despair comes naturally.
Hell yes! That's funny as shit!
No! This isn't just some game to us. It's murder! Plain and simple! You stole our memories, invented reasons for us to do it. You pushed us all into a corner! It's all your fault!
You certainly have a talent for passing the buck, don't you? That must be your hope, huh? But we don't have much time left to keep up this banter. We have to draw things to a close soon.
how so?
What do you mean?
I'm talking about the vote, of course. You didn't forget about that little rule, did you? Oh, and also, since this will be the last vote, I decided to change the rules.
The rules?
What?
What are we gonna do, like, proportional representation or something? What's going on? Instant runoff?
You guys so full of hope, and me so full of despair. I've decided to have you vote which one will be punished. If even one of you votes to punish Hope, well then,
What does that even mean, to punish Hope?
I'll consider that a win for me and punish everyone on the side of Hope.
Oh, it's a prisoner's dilemma.
It's just one person?
Oh, but don't worry, I won't be voting, of course.
Even if you don't, you've still got the upper hand in all this.
It's okay. Nobody would actually vote to kill themselves, right?
Oh, let me just mention one more thing. When I win, to punish you guys, you'll have to stay here till you grow old and die. No fighting, no killing. That's your punishment.
So what are the terms exactly? What?
You mean we just...
We'd have to just live here?
That wouldn't be that bad a place to live if it weren't for all the murder.
She's saying she'll let us live.
If you're not happy with that, then go ahead and punish me and make your way to the outside world.
Enter a world fallen from grace, where only despair exists, where you'd likely be dead within a day.
What are you saying? So no matter what, we're doomed.
Wait a sec! I just got hit with an inspiration bomb! Dying of old age is boring as shit, right? The audience at home isn't gonna dig that at all! So, here's what'll happen. One of you will get to experience an instant, super impressive punishment!
What? You can't just...
Do you mean to say you'll execute one of us?
And I get to decide who's gonna have to suck it down! Makoto, you're up!
What?
Me?
Yeah, you've been acting up, causing all kinds of trouble. I hate you!
So let me make this clear. Everyone has two choices in front of them. If a single person votes for Hope to be punished,
So for Hope to... Okay.
then only Makoto will receive a harsh punishment, and the rest of you will live here in peace.
If, on the other hand, you desire to see us punished, then you must all leave this place.
I will force you out, ensuring you all die horrible deaths in the outside world.
What I'm saying is, if you sacrifice Makoto, the rest of you will get to live out your lives.
I mean, could you not, guys? I mean, you guys wouldn't. You wouldn't. Sacrifice me. But that's...
What? Has your resolve softened? Have you lost confidence? Are you afraid of being punished? Don't you have faith in your friends?
No, that's not it.
You're just a maniac. That's what's it.
It's okay. You're right to be afraid. It would seem all of those around you have realized the futility of going against me.
Rina. Come on, guys. Jill's probably cool, right? Yeah.
Guys?
It's so beautiful. Your lovely faces, eroded by despair, have come together as one.
You can't let her openly manipulate you like this, right? Surely.
Besides, Yoko, you could never betray your father, could you?
What?
I mean, the headmaster's only wish was that all of you would survive, right? That's why he tried to trap you all here after all. The least you can do is try to honor your dead father's wishes.
That may have been the wrong nerve to touch there, Junko.
Kyoko!
One person's despair is enough to seal your fate. Isn't that just the most hopeless outcome ever?
So, who do you think's gonna give in? Whose despair is gonna sign your death warrant?
No one. Surely, no one.
No one. Nobody's gonna give in to despair! We're not gonna lose to you!
I guess we'll see.
So boring. Stubborn till the very end, huh?
Oh, is this natural, Junko? Finally, natural Junko. We see her.
Well, that's fine. Then let's just hurry up and get it over with. It's time for the final vote. Everything will come to an end. Your stupid hope.
And your stupid life.
The final vote. This is it. The ultimate confrontation. I have to show everyone. I have to make them remember. I have to convince them not to give up. To live in despair. That's not really living at all.